When Sarah and Michael Johnson first introduced their precious baby girl to their husky, they couldn't help but worry about how she would react. One night, as their little one started crying uncontrollably, they were taken aback by the dog's unexpected response. The arrival of little Lily was filled with joy and excitement, despite her impressive lung power that could rival an opera singer's. Nothing seemed to soothe her, and her cries echoed through the house, leaving her sleep-deprived parents at their wits' end. Sarah and Michael had tried everything to comfort Lily, but her cries only grew louder. During one particularly intense crying spell, their saviour stepped in. Julie, their loyal Siberian husky, had been a part of their family long before Lily arrived. She was a gentle, intelligent companion who had witnessed the baby's birth and often offered comfort with her striking blue eyes and fluffy white coat, looking like a guardian angel. Despite Julie's gentle nature, Sarah and Michael were cautious about letting her get too close to Lily. They had heard stories of dogs reacting poorly to new babies and were understandably worried. Julie had been adopted as a puppy, her piercing blue eyes and soft fur winning their hearts immediately. She had a troubled past, having been abandoned by her first owners, found wandering the streets, and eventually taken to a shelter. Her resilience and loving nature made her an irreplaceable part of their family. Julie had always been the centre of Sarah and Michael's attention, so they were a bit apprehensive about how she would handle the new addition. They needn't have worried. Julie showed nothing but love and loyalty, proving that their family bond was stronger than ever. Throughout her pregnancy, Sarah noticed a change in Julie. Her once affectionate husky became elusive, no longer cuddling and often stopping in her tracks to stare at Sarah before walking away. This only deepened Sarah and Michael's concerns about how Julie would react to the new baby. Dogs are usually known for their sweet responses to their owner's pregnancy, but Julie's behaviour was the opposite. If this was how she reacted to the baby still in the womb, how would she behave once the baby arrived? But when Sarah went into labour and they prepared for a home birth, Julie's loyalty shone through. For the first time in months, Sarah saw her sweet pup by her side, offering comfort during contractions and giving her strength. It was in that moment that Sarah glimpsed Julie's potential to soothe their baby. Fast forward to the present, and the Johnsons were still struggling with Lily's relentless crying. The constant bawling had begun to strain their relationship, turning their home life into a living nightmare. In the midst of discussing another call to the paediatrician, something unexpected happened. As Lily wailed, Julie approached her with gentle nuzzles from her cold nose, displaying a remarkable tenderness. It was as though the dog sensed Lily's distress and wanted to offer comfort. Sarah and Michael watched, holding their breath, as Lily reached out to touch Julie's nose. The husky seemed to understand the gravity of the situation, remaining soothingly calm as the baby flailed her tiny hands. Lily's cries were especially troubling because she had recently recovered from a severe illness. She had been hospitalized for weeks, a harrowing experience for her parents. Julie had been the one to alert them to the danger. One night, after putting Lily to bed, Sarah and Michael went downstairs to eat. Just an hour later, Julie started fussing, pawing at Sarah and then running off. Initially, Sarah thought Julie just wanted to play, but when she finally followed her, Julie led her straight to Lily's room. Confused and worried, Sarah rushed into Lily's room to find her daughter burning up with a high fever and coughing. Panic set in as they realized how serious the situation was. They quickly gathered Lily and Julie and hurried to the hospital. The doctors commended them for their quick response, explaining that Lily had contracted a severe sinus infection and needed immediate care. Without Julie's keen intuition, they might have discovered the problem too late. The hospital stay was a stressful and heartbreaking time for Sarah and Michael. Their tiny baby looked so helpless, surrounded by tubes and wires. They took turns staying by her side, unable to bear the thought of leaving her alone. In their desperation, they requested to have Julie with them as an emotional support dog. The hospital reluctantly agreed. From the moment Julie entered the hospital room, she became an essential source of comfort for Lily. Acting like a gentle nurse, Julie stayed by Lily's bedside, her presence a comforting barrier against the sterile environment. She would rest her head on Lily's bed and, when allowed, gently lick her tiny fingers, offering silent reassurance that Lily was not alone in her battle. In those darkest hours, Sarah and Michael found solace in Julie's unwavering loyalty and love. They knew their beloved Husky understood the gravity of the situation and was doing everything she could to comfort Lily. As Lily began to recover, their relief was immense, but a new worry took root. The memory of her endless cries during the illness haunted them. Every little whimper from Lily now sent waves of anxiety through their hearts, a stark reminder of how fragile life could be and how much they relied on Julie's watchful presence. The doctors assured Sarah and Michael that Lily was fine, but every time she cried, they couldn't help but worry. Was she simply yearning for the comfort of their arms, or was it something more serious? They were debating whether to call her pediatrician again when another sound caught their attention. Sitting next to Lily, with her nose in the air, was Julie. Julie the husky had joined in with the baby's crying, adding her own howl to the mix. The two created a symphony of sorts, crying out together. Lily, confused by this new development, stopped crying and looked at Julie. The husky ceased howling and gently licked Lily's face, which made the little baby burst into laughter. Sarah and Michael couldn't help but laugh along. That sweet moment was filled with immense relief. Not only did Lily's laughter indicate she wasn't crying about anything serious, but it also showed them that Julie could calm her down when she was upset. Their fears seemed so silly in hindsight. Michael pulled out his phone and captured the heartwarming scene, sharing it online. He wanted to show the remarkable bond between Lily and Julie and perhaps offer hope to other parents facing similar challenges. They had learned that sometimes pets were more competent with babies than they might initially realize. The video quickly went viral, making Julie an internet sensation. Her gentle and empathetic nature won over countless hearts as people admired her devotion to her little human sister. Every time Lily got upset, Julie would rush to her crib, howling or licking her face to soothe her. The transformation was almost immediate. Time and again, Sarah and Michael watched in amazement as their miserable baby turned into a giggling, cooing bundle of joy. As Lily grew, so did her bond with Julie. They became inseparable partners in crime and companions. When Lily learned to crawl, Julie was always beside her, her fluffy tail wagging excitedly, encouraging Lily's newfound mobility. Together, they explored the world, forging an unbreakable connection. Lily loved having a playmate with endless energy, and Sarah and Michael were grateful for their sweet dog's help in entertaining the baby at the end of a stressful day. But Julie's loyalty extended beyond playtime. She kept a vigilant watch over Lily, as if she had been appointed her guardian by some cosmic force. When Lily was sick or had a rough day, Julie would snuggle up beside her, offering the warmth and comfort that only a dog can provide. Years passed, and Lily grew into a spirited toddler, full of energy and enthusiasm, ready to explore and learn new things. Julie, her fur now flecked with a hint of grey, was right there with her, their bond deepening into an unspoken understanding. One summer day, Lily and Julie embarked on a new adventure. Armed with a small backpack of snacks, they ventured into the nearby forest, a place they had never explored together. The rustling leaves and chirping birds created a symphony of nature's beauty. Lily laughed and ran, with Julie trailing closely behind her under the watchful eyes of her parents. They discovered wildflowers, chased butterflies, and found a hidden clearing where they enjoyed a picnic of peanut butter sandwiches and apple slices. It was a perfect day filled with joy and laughter, a testament to the special bond between a little girl and her devoted dog. As the afternoon sun began to dip below the horizon, Lily and Julie decided it was time to head home. But as they neared the edge of the forest, Julie suddenly halted. Her ears perked up, and her nose twitched. She had caught a faint sound, barely audible, but unmistakable a whimper, the cry of a small creature in distress. Lily noticed Julie's sudden change in demeanour and looked at her with curiosity. "What's wrong, Julie?" she asked. Julie turned to Lily, her eyes filled with purpose. She knew she had to follow that sound and wanted her young friend to come along. Although Lily didn't fully understand, she trusted Julie completely and couldn't refuse her call for help. While her parents walked ahead, distracted, Lily and Julie ventured deeper into the forest, following the faint cries. Soon they stumbled upon a tiny abandoned puppy, a trembling ball of brown and white fur. The little pup was clearly in need of rescue. Lily's eyes widened with compassion. She had never seen anything so helpless. Julie, on the other hand, immediately took charge. She gently picked up the puppy in her mouth, cradling it like a mother with her baby. Her instincts kicked in, just as they had when Lily was a newborn. With their new companion in tow, Julie led Lily and the puppy back home. Sarah and Michael, who had been frantically searching for them, were stunned to see the tiny, trembling puppy. But they understood instantly. Julie had found a soul in need of rescue, just as she had once been rescued herself. The family decided to adopt the puppy and named her Daisy. Over time, Daisy grew and became Lily's best friend, just like Julie had been. The trio formed an inseparable bond, sharing adventures, laughter, and love. When Daisy was frightened, she would cry, and Lily would comfort her, just as Julie had taught her. Wrapping Daisy in a fluffy blanket, Lily would sing softly, with Julie joining in with her gentle howl. Sarah and Michael often watched these tender moments, filled with joy. Michael filmed their interactions, sharing the heartwarming footage with his online followers. The bond between Lily, Julie, and Daisy captivated everyone who saw it, a testament to the enduring power of companionship. Years later, the best friends were still at it. Michael's videos of Lily comforting Daisy, with Julie by their side, continued to warm hearts everywhere. The remarkable bond that began when Lily was just a baby had grown into something truly special, a living story of love and loyalty. As the years rolled on, the family continued to share their adventures and heartwarming moments with the world, documenting their extraordinary journey on social media. Lily, now a bit older, would often sit with Julie and Daisy, recounting their adventures to anyone who cared to listen. She loved telling the story of how they rescued Daisy and Howl. In that moment, she understood the importance of looking out for those in need, just like Julie had looked out for her when she was a baby. Sarah and Michael often reminisced about their early days of parenthood and felt incredibly grateful for rescuing Julie all those years ago. In many ways, Julie had been their guide through the challenging times of being first-time parents to a relentlessly crying baby. Who would have thought that their dog would be better at calming their child than they were? What a heartwarming story. It's not every day you hear about a dog being a better parent than a human. What do you think about Julie's reaction to Lily's crying? Would you let a big dog so close to a tiny baby?